Hello everyone, so glad you stopped by. You know, being frugal is more than just saving money and cutting back on the budget. It is also about making good use of your time. It is gardening season and this is what we need to do. There's an endless amount of work to be done, and I'm going to show you what is going on with the garden here on this property. What we're trying to do is we're trying to put a little bit of country into the city. It's a country cottage garden style, and it's very informal. I mean, you could see flowers and weeds growing in very weird places along pathways. It's a setting that is more naturalistic. Don't expect the perfect looking, fabulous garden here. It's down to earth. And we want to make good use of what we grow also. I do grow a lot of flowers because it brings me joy. That's called flower therapy, and we need that. We don't travel like we used to, so that's one hobby I used to do, was traveling. I love seeing other places in the country. We haven't been able to do that. So we're trying to put something beautiful here, but also you need to grow food because you can save a great deal of money. And we're getting back to that, aren't we? It is about saving money, and growing your own food is a great way to save money, and that's the frugal way. But the work that you put into it and how you manage your time is very important also. So we're going to focus on that quite a bit. So let's see what needs to be done on this little homestead here in the city of Columbus, Ohio, and what we can accomplish in this video towards the end. And everything you see that needs done is not going to get done today, that's for sure. Over time, hopefully it will. And maybe it won't even get done this year. Maybe it'll be next year, good Lord willing. But let's take a look at it. I have to talk about flowers because they bring me so much joy, and I hope they bring you joy also. Flowers are amazing. They are wonderful for pollinators. And what did I see on this larkspur yesterday? A hummingbird. And I've seen lots of bumblebees also, honeybees and butterflies already. So this is exciting. This larkspur grew out of the blue, reseeded from last year from this cottage garden over here. In fact, we have some larkspur coming up through here. Here's one right there. I haven't planted larkspur in 2 or 3 years. I haven't planted the seeds. It reseeds on its own. It can grow in very poor soil and even sand. This is where we have a sandy patch here, and this needs to be weeded out, and we will be adding some play sand within the next few days. These just grew on their own. I saw them coming up in the early spring. My husband saw them. He said, let them grow, because I was going to yank them out of there because this was a little awkward looking. These flowers look like they belong over here, okay, maybe towards the back. I tried to transplant some larkspur into this garden. Larkspur does not transplant well, so that didn't work. We had little larkspurs all through this sandy patch. Now I did take those out because Boo, in the summertime when it's very hot, she loves to play in the sand. And the sparrows come by and enjoy it also. So I don't want to take that pleasure away from Boo Boo and the birds. That's why I didn't let those flowers grow. They would have filled in this spot here. It would have brought them together closer to the cottage garden. You know what? I'm here to please people and animals. I please my husband, I please my dog, and I'm going to please the sparrows because they play through here. We have tomato plants that we need to plant. I haven't done this yet. They go back here, and I need to dig the holes a little deeper. We also have these eggplants. I need to find a place for them. And we have cucumbers. We have planting to do, and I'm hoping to get that done towards the end of this video. As you can see, the ground is soaking wet. Boy, did we have the rain, and it flooded. So I want to take you back here where I planted the corn. This was all flooded yesterday. We had a great deal of rain here in Columbus, Ohio. We needed rain, but that was more than what we needed. But the rows were fine. It did flood a little bit over here, so some of those seeds may have washed out. Over here are the hills And I'm excited, we have summer squash and zucchini growing here. And as a deterrent, because the squirrels run through here sometimes, I put up this fencing to keep the squirrels from running through here and knocking over the little plants. But the weeding is always endless, and I'd love to weed through these cabbages here. We have some carrots growing by seed, direct seed. This is all direct seed except for 5 cabbage plants were purchased from the nursery. And we have some cabbages that I grew as starter plants, started in the house. Yeah. The weeding always needs done. And we have like raspberry plants growing where they don't need to be. So I need to take these out. And we have a weed. This weed's everywhere. It's easy to pull out. You can pull that out right now by the roots. Early spring, we didn't have enough rain. We usually have a lot of rain in early spring. Well, we didn't. So this bed was very dry. And the mornings were extremely cold. It took a long time for these vegetables that I grew by direct seed to even germinate. And then some of the seeds just didn't come up. So I don't know what happened. We'll try it again in the fall for the beets and the radishes. There's not very many radishes there. Yes, a whole bunch of radish that I planted through there. It did not come up. So I really am disappointed in the beets. I'm going to fertilize them with bone meal or even Miracle Grow or whatever you might suggest, because I want these beets to be big. The bigger the better, I think. And we do have some that came up very late. They might just make it. Garage is in the middle of the yard. It's kind of a weird setup. And we need to do what's best to configure the small spaces. So as far as where we could put a shed, a greenhouse, I mean, we have spaces back here. Yeah, it can all be planned out. Maybe it's just a little bit at a time and build it up. That's all I can think of. But we'll see what we can do. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. Okay, I've got some strawberries to pick. Harvest. The ones back here are 4 years old, so they're very small and very weird shape this year. I'll show you where the good strawberries are. 3 years ago, I planted 2 new strawberry plants, and they're in their prime and they're very big, very large. Okay, I picked all kinds of strawberries through here. The largest strawberries come from this garden over here. They're mixed in with the raspberry and the blackberry bushes. So I think the berries kind of thrive together. In this video, towards the end, I'm going to show you, I'm going to go berry picking. We're going to pick the strawberries. We'll do some strawberry picking, and I'll show you how many we picked just from today. Each day we pick a couple handfuls, 2 or 3 handfuls. So we'll see if we can get that today. Maybe not. Maybe I picked a lot yesterday and we won't get it today, but there's some that are way back there. I don't know how I'm going to get back there without. These are wild raspberries and they have stickers. I love thornless. I love thornless, but this is not a thornless raspberry bush. But I may try to get back there because I do see some strawberries. I'll just wear gloves, I guess. Yep. So that's one thing that could get done in this video, and that will probably be the most rewarding thing. Because what is more rewarding than a delicious harvest? Now we are motivated in planting the 3 tomato plants, and I am very excited about this. Finally, we are out here taking care of business, folks. This is so much fun. Please, I encourage you to go to your local nursery. Try to get some good deals. See if Lowe's might have some good deals on plants, Lowe's or Home Depot or Menards. Or just take a drive out to the country and look for a farm stand. And that's how you'll probably get the best deals on tomato plants. Plant a garden and enjoy the fruit of your labors because it is invigorating. This really made my day. And I'm going to put some topsoil mixed with some compost on top of each plant because I don't have enough soil around them. I just used the soil that was already in the earth. But that soil has improved over the years because we plant tomatoes. We don't have to rotate them. They grow here every year. This is the tomato plants' personal space. This is their home. This is where they thrive. So we are very excited about our tomato garden. And my husband, that's his all-time favorite plant. It's a fruit. He calls it a vegetable. I call it a fruit. While I was over that way, I weeded through this play sand. I just took a shovel and skimmed the weeds out. And I didn't even pick them up. I just raked them underneath the larkspur. And now I'm just raking through the sand to loosen it up for Boo's playtime. Now it's time to harvest the strawberries. We do this every day. Today I didn't think there would be as many strawberries to pick as yesterday, but I found lots of big ones and ripe ones. The garden out back, though, didn't have too many. They were very small and not very ripe, but the insects and or the squirrels are eating them out back more than they are here in the berry patch. But the ones out back I picked whether they were ripe or not, because if they have a little bit of red on them, even if they are white, they will ripen on the windowsill, usually overnight. Sometimes it might take 2 days. So this went pretty well. I picked more than what I thought I would. Then after they ripen on the windowsill, we wash and dry them with a paper towel, remove the leaves. We just pull the leaves off. We don't take any of the strawberry. We don't cut any of the strawberry off. Then we put them in freezer bags. And we'll let one freezer bag get filled up and we'll refill it, and it works out perfectly. Because we really enjoy strawberries, especially in our smoothies. But to pick them fresh from the garden is wonderful. And a 3 to 5 year investment. Well, we found a home for the eggplant. It can be planted near tomato plants. So we're going to put one right here. And we are planting these heavy feeders 18 to 24 inches apart. And we're going to plant one right here. And I'm going to plant them later today. Eggplants should always be grown after the chance of frost in temperatures 50 degrees and up. The cucumber plants, I know where I'm going to plant them also, but I need to, before I do that, I need to till behind the garlic. The cucumber's gonna go on this fence line right here. It will vine off onto the fence. And the tomatoes, we're gonna probably use cages, but we need to get new cages, larger cages for the tomatoes because they get very big. I don't want the tomatoes to vine onto the fence along with the cucumbers. That might be a conflict of interest there, so we have to have cages in this case. When you have a small space, that's what you have to do. And it should work out fine. So right behind this garlic, we'll be planting the cucumber. Now the garlic's going to be harvested in the month of June. We're just a few days off. Sometime, I would say probably around mid-June, we'll be harvesting the garlic, and it's coming completely out of here. So the cucumbers will have plenty of room to spread out, but they're going to go up the fence line anyway, so they'll be planted back here. Thanks for watching today. We still have plans for this garden, extending it. We need to till through grass, and I like to do it the safest way possible so we can preserve the ecosystem with the worms. But I may be laying down some cardboard. That does take time to kill the grass. It takes up to 6 months, so that's a long time. Getting a hold of some cardboard without print has been the problem. I don't want the print to go into the ground, and we want to grow as much of an organic garden here as possible. This hobby gardening is great therapy, and it's very productive. It will keep you busy and out of trouble, and even a person who's older can get into trouble, especially when you live in the city. There's a lot of temptation out there, and it has helped me in so many ways I can't describe it, and it can help you too. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you on the next one. And while we're talking about garden plans, I think I could use another eggplant right here. Don't you think so too?